You're right guys, it's Capgun Tom here and welcome to an episode of FIFA Through the Years. Today we are going to be looking at players that have been around the block a little in terms of clubs. So people that have changed their clubs a lot during the time that Ultimate Team has been out. Now before we jump into it, if you're looking to buy some Ultimate Team coins, go and check out battle.com. They have been selling coins since FIFA 11, so they are a trustworthy site that you can go and purchase your coins from. And if you use the discount code TCAPGUN, you'll get 5% off all of your purchases. Now, let's jump in and have a look at our first player. Today we're going to be starting off with Cisse. Now he has been at 4 different clubs during Ultimate Team. You can see there that he started off at Panathinaikos on FIFA 10 and he was there for FIFA 11. He then went over to Lazio. So that's a pretty cool card there. It was a fantastic card, that FIFA 12 card. I used it in my Serie A squad and it was just unbelievable. He was a machine, an absolute tank, so really, really good player. Then he went to QPR, but he actually went and had a loan spell at the end of the 2013 season at Al Garaf. So he's quite a well-travelled player, and you can see now he is at Gruban Krasnodar in the Russian league. He also was at Auxerre, Liverpool, Marseille, and on a loan spell at Sunderland before Ultimate Team was about. So definitely one of the players that's been at the most clubs. Next up, we are going to have a look at Cole. So Joe Cole, absolutely amazing player, has been for years, but obviously he's dropped off a little bit since his time at Chelsea. See there on FIFA 10 he was a right mid and he was pretty beastly. He had really good stats considering he was only 79 rated overall, like 90 dribbling, 79 shooting, 77 passing, 81 pace. So a good player. Then he went to Liverpool and you can see there his centre attacking mid card on FIFA 11. He then went on a loan spell at Lille on FIFA 12, as you can see, came back to Liverpool for FIFA 13, and then he went off to West Ham. So pretty interesting time that Joe Cole has had. Next up we have Martins. So Martins has been quite well, he's actually well travelled. He's been into a lot of different leagues, to be honest. So you can see here on FIFA 10 he started off at Wolfsburg and he has absolutely ridiculous stats. In fact his pace has been crazy throughout all of the FIFAs, really insane. He then went off to Ruben Kazan in the Russian league. He went to Birmingham City on loan as well during this time. He's been at Levante and now he's at Seattle Sounders. But before that, before Ultimate Team was about, he was at Reggiana, he was at Inter Milan, and then obviously at Newcastle as well. So next up we're going to take a look at Andros Townsend. Now he hasn't been, he's been at one club, but he's been on loan spells everywhere. Obviously as quite a young player, that's what they do, they send out their youth players out to lots of different clubs so they can go and get their experience, and he's been to a lot of them, and some of them aren't even actually, or he doesn't have cards for them, which is very strange. So if you want to have a look, you can see there he's always been at Spurs and he's had loan spells at Ipswich on FIFA 11. He didn't have a FIFA 10 card, I have to mention that. He then went on loan at both Watford and Millwall, but he didn't have cards for them. The next card that he had was a loan spell at Leeds, then at Birmingham, and finally at QPR. And obviously now he's back at Spurs and he's doing absolutely fantastic for both England and Tottenham, because he's managed to grab himself a couple of informs over the years as well. But before that he also had loan spells at Yeovil, Leighton, and also MK Dons as well. So a pretty well-travelled player, I have to say. Then we go on to our next player, and it is Wallyson. Now Wallyson has been about, but he's mainly stayed within the Liga do Brazil. He's been at Atlético Paranaense at the start. He was then at Cruzeiro. He has quite a few Cruzeiro cards. He also has one on FIFA 13 as well. He's been at Sao Paulo, as you can see on FIFA 13, and also Bahia is another club that he has been at. And the most famous thing that he has is that bronze inform that he got on FIFA 11. Quite an interesting card to have a look at. Apparently I did a video on him before and everyone was like, actually the stats on the card lie, he has amazing in-game stats. So you can see there, quite an interesting card, and I think it was for scoring a 48-yard volley. That's why he got that card. Next up is Anelka. Now this guy is the most travelled player I think that's still playing football. He has been all over the place, so many different clubs. You can see that he was at Chelsea for a lot of time on Ultimate Team, all the way from FIFA 10 all the way up to FIFA 12. He then went off to a club, and you'll see that there's actually a gap in the old cards, and that's because he went to a club called Shanghai Shuula. I think it's out in one of the Chinese leagues. So he obviously wasn't on the game, but he went to Juventus on loan, so he should have had a Juve card, that FIFA 13 series, but because he wasn't on the game at the start, they couldn't add him to the game, and therefore he obviously didn't actually make his way or make an appearance at all on FIFA 13. Now West Bromwich Albion, and yeah, you see his 80 rated card. It's nothing special, but still a brilliant player and has been on it for the year. If you want me to quickly read out his clubs that he was at before Ultimate Team was about, he's at PSG, then Arsenal, Real Madrid, PSG again. He went on loan spell at Liverpool, Man City, Fenerbahce and Bolton. So he's been all over the place, I have to say. So next up, or our final player, is going to be Wayne Bridge. Now Wayne Bridge is the only player that I could find that had a different team on every single Ultimate Team. As you can see, I've got a card that's a different club for every year. So he was at Man City, then West Ham, Sunderland, Brighton, Hove and Albion, and also Reading. But it wasn't just that simple. He has been a Man City player for most of the time. He's only actually been transferred over to Reading this season, but he's had loan spells at, you know, West Ham, as I said, Sunderland, and the Brighton and Hove. So he obviously has been a Man City player, but he's had quite a lot of loan spells, and therefore he's had the ability to have a different card on every FIFA, and you can see that he's actually got a Man City card for every single FIFA except this one. So a cool player to have a look at, and nice way to finish it off there. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Obviously, if you could drop it a like, that would be absolutely fantastic. Your likes are always appreciated. 750 likes and I will ensure that there is another sort of FIFA Through the Years in the near future. Put any suggestions down in the comment section for teams, players, anything you want to see featured in this series, because I always take it into consideration, always looking for new ideas. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to have to stop talking. I will leave it there, and I will see you all next time.